So before we start today's lesson, if you would take out these notes from the other day with your cheat sheet on the back, you're going to need this for today's lesson. Again, if you don't have this, please share with somebody near you, and then if I need to, I can try to freeze this on the board afterwards, okay? All right, so today we're going to be doing exactly what we did last week. We're going to be writing equations from word problems and either solving them or just setting them up. It's just going to depend on what the question asks, so you have to read what it asks you, okay? So today should be super easy because it's what we've been doing. So let's refresh our memory. And y equals mx plus b, the m is the what? Does anybody remember? The m is the rate. Very good. The rate. It's also called the slope, but when we're talking about word problems, we call it the rate. Who remembers the clue words for rate? I'll give y'all a hint. Per, each, good, let's write them down right here. Per, each, what else? Every, one more. An. Sometimes they'll say like $10 an hour. And that's a clue word for rates. So if you see these words, that number gets the X. Per, each, every, and. Okay, who remembers what the B is? Does anybody remember what the B is? The B is the one-time fee or starting amount. The B is a one-time fee or starting amount. Okay, so remember, when you have a word problem, you need an mx plus b for each situation. Yes? So let's read the first example. We're talking about releasing balloons. It says a balloon is released from the ground and floats up at a rate of 10 feet per second. Did you see a clue word? Per, what number did it go with? Let's read it. Thank you. Let's read it again. A balloon is released from the ground and floats up at a rate of 10 feet per second. Right here. This 10 is with the clue word per. Okay, now let's read the other one. A smaller balloon is released from a 5-foot platform and floats up 5 feet per second. Did y'all see a clue word? What number is it with? Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to do. It says write and solve. So we're going to do both. We're going to write and solve. So remember, we need an mx plus b on the left, and we need an mx plus b on the right. And what's going to go in the middle? An equal sign, because it said write and solve an equation. An equation has an equal sign. And we already found the clue words, yes? All right, so let's talk about it. The first sentence says, I'm holding a balloon. Where did I start at? Where did I release it from? Where's the ground at, like number-wise? 0. That's my starting point, 0. And it's floating up at a rate of 10 feet per second. So what number gets the X? 10. So I have 10X. Do I have to put plus 0? No, guys, you don't have to have a starting point. If it's just 0, it's nothing. Okay, so equals. Now let's go do the second balloon. A smaller balloon is released from a 5-foot platform. So they're standing on a platform. It floats 5 feet per second. So this number gets the X. So I have 5X. What's the other number? Plus 5. Super easy. Where am I going to solve this at? in your calculator. So everybody get your calculator out. Go ahead and check your windows just to be safe. Okay, something got reset. So everybody stop and go to window. Check and make sure you're set. Your minimum must be negative. Something, negative 300, negative 500, whatever you want. Your maximum is positive, yes? Check your Y minimum, it's negative. Check your Y maximum, it's positive. Remember, it can't be too small or it won't see the answer. Everybody good? All right, let's go to Y equals. Clear out whatever's there. Okay, let's type in 10x for the left side of the equal sign. And let's type in 5x plus 5 for the right side of the equal sign. Now where do I go? Second trace option. Do not touch it until the words pop up down here. Enter, enter, enter. What is the answer? X equals 1. But what are we talking about? Every time it said per, what was it saying? Per second. So in 1 second, they're going to be at the exact same height, these balloons that were released. Easy? Yes, we did this on Friday, right? All right, remember that when you're doing it, you need an mx plus b and an mx plus b, and all you care about is that clue word, per, each, every, or and. That number gets the x. If there is no starting point, it's 0, you just don't write it, okay? All right, now we're just going to write an equation. This is where our cheat sheet's going to come in, okay? Here we go. What was the thing I taught y'all? Find the word that means equals. So let's read it. Y is. Did y'all already see it? What means equals? Is. So how would I write Y is? Y equals 3 more than. Okay, if I forgot what more than is, I go to my cheat sheet. I find more than, and I see that it means plus. So I can write 3 plus the product. What's a product? Let's go to our cheat sheet. What is a product? Multiplication. So I'm going to multiply 2 and a number. What's a number? X. How would I write 2 times x? 2x. Did it say solve this? No, it just said write it. So I'm done. Could I have also written this as y equals 2x plus 3? Are those the exact same thing? Yes. Okay, so if it's multiple choice, pick the one that means the same thing. All right, let's try the next one. Find the word that means equals. Where is it? Is. So I'm going to write y equals 4 less than. Okay, stop. Go to your cheat sheet. Less than. What does less than mean? But it has a star. Why is it star? They switch spots. So if it says 4 less than, it is not 4 minus. It is something minus 4. Do y'all remember this? They have to switch spots. Are we okay with that? The product. We learned that a second ago. What is a product? Multiply. So how would I multiply 4 and a number? 4x. Again, why did 4x go in the front? Because less than says subtract but switch their spots. Yes? Okay? The next one. Y is. How do I write that? Y equals. I should have everybody paying attention. 7 more than. What is more than? Addition. So 7 plus the quotient. So let's stop and look at our cheat sheet. Guys, some of you are not paying attention. You're not going to know what to do. Where is quotient? But how do we write division? With a little fraction bar, right? Okay, so how would I divide a number and 2? X over 2. Could this be written in a different order? Could I also write y equals x over 2 plus 7? Does that mean the same thing? Okay, but look at the one before. Could I have switched these? No, because the minus sign has to go to the 4. So if you do switch them, the 4 has to have a minus in front of it, and the 4x has to have a positive in front of it. Okay? All right, last one. Y'all try this one on your own and see if you can get it written. If you need a cheat sheet and somebody has one next to you, just ask them if they can put it between y'all. Okay, how did you write y is? Very good. What was the clue word first that you saw? And what do you know about less than? They have to switch spots, and it means subtract. So instead of writing 4 minus, I write something minus 4, and I leave a spot for the something. Yes? What is a quotient? How do you divide a number and 6? X over 6. How do y'all feel about these? Are you starting to get a lot better? Yes? Okay, your assignment is going to be in the Google Classroom. I do have an answer doc for you guys. Listen carefully. Some of them you will solve. If it says solve, some of them you will just set up and pick the answer that means the same thing. Okay? When you finish, you will come get your answers checked with me. I'm only checking them one time. So if I circle something, you go back to your desk, fix it, and then you may submit. Once you have submitted, you are to get anything you're missing turned into me. Okay, and then you are to work on IXL. Are there any questions? All right, get started.